The anatomy and function of the human brain.
The human brain is the most complex and mysterious organ in the body. It controls all of our thoughts, actions, and emotions. It's made up of billions of neurons, which communicate with each other to create our experiences and perceptions of the world. The brain can be divided into three main parts: the cerebrum, the brainstem, and the cerebellum. The cerebrum is the largest part of the brain and is responsible for our conscious thoughts, memories, and movements. The brainstem connects the brain to the spinal cord and controls vital functions such as breathing and heartbeat. The cerebellum is responsible for coordinating movements and balance. In order to better understand the brain, scientists have developed various techniques to study its structure and function. One of the most important tools for this is neuroimaging, which allows us to see the brain in action. By using techniques such as functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, and positron emission tomography, PET, scientists can see which parts of the brain are activated when we perform different tasks.
The cerebrum. The cerebrum is the largest and most complex part of the brain.
It's divided into two hemispheres, the left and right, which are connected by a bundle of fibers known as the corpus callosum.
Each hemisphere of the cerebrum is further divided into four lobes: the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, and the occipital lobe.
Each lobe is responsible for different functions and processes information from different parts of the body. The frontal lobe is located at the front of the brain and is responsible for our decision-making, planning, and movement. It also plays a role in our personality and emotions. The parietal lobe is located near the top and back of the brain and is responsible for processing sensory information, such as touch and temperature.
The temporal lobe, located near the ears, is involved in processing auditory information, memory, and language.
Finally, the occipital lobe, located at the back of the brain, is responsible for processing visual information. Damage to specific regions of the cerebrum can result in different types of impairments. For example, damage to the frontal lobe can result in difficulties with movement, decision-making, and personality changes. Damage to the temporal lobe can result in difficulties with memory and language.
Let's explore the brainstem and its role in controlling vital functions and facilitating communication between the brain and the body.
The brainstem is a critical part of the brain that connects the brain to the spinal cord and controls vital functions such as breathing, heart rate, and consciousness.
It's composed of three regions: the midbrain, the pons, and the medulla oblongata. The midbrain is the upper part of the brainstem and is involved in the regulation of movement, including eye movements and head turning.
The pons is located between the midbrain and medulla and acts as a relay center, transmitting signals between the brain and the spinal cord. The medulla oblongata is the lower part of the brainstem and controls important functions such as heart rate, breathing, and swallowing.
It also contains important reflex centers, such as the vomiting center, which triggers the reflex to vomit when necessary.
Damage to the brainstem can result in serious health problems and even death. For example, a damage to the medulla can result in breathing problems or heart failure. That's why the brainstem is so important and why we need to protect it from injury. The cerebellum. Located at the base of the brain, is a small but important part of the brain that plays a key role in coordination and movement control. It receives information from the muscles and joints about the position of the body and uses this information to help coordinate movement and maintain balance. The cerebellum is also involved in learning new motor skills and refining existing ones. It's thought to play a role in some cognitive functions such as attention and language as well. Damage to the cerebellum can result in difficulties with coordination, balance, and movement control. This can manifest as issues such as unsteadiness when walking or problems with fine motor skills, like writing or buttoning a shirt. The limbic system. The limbic system is a group of structures in the brain that play a key role in regulating emotions, motivation, and memory. It's made up of several structures, including the hypothalamus, amygdala, and hippocampus. The hypothalamus is involved in regulating basic drives and instincts, such as hunger, thirst, and sexual behavior. It's also involved in controlling the release of hormones from the pituitary gland. The amygdala is an almond-shaped structure that plays a key role in processing emotions, especially fear and aggression. It helps to form emotional memories and triggers the body's fight or flight response in response to perceived threats. The hippocampus is a seahorse-shaped structure that plays a key role in memory formation and retrieval. It helps to consolidate new memories and store them for later use. Damage to the limbic system can result in emotional and behavioral problems such as depression, anxiety, and memory loss. Understanding the limbic system and its role in regulating emotions and behavior is essential for developing effective treatments for these conditions. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the fascinating world of the human brain. If you're interested in learning more, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Black Screen Science, and give this video a like. We'd love to hear your thoughts and comments, so feel free to leave us a message with your suggestions for future videos. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of the mind with us.